Hey, good morning. Um, I went live and I'm like, she usually take a drink, so I'm gonna take a drink before I get going. I don't know why. I probably should just do my shows in the afternoon. In the morning, I always seem to have coughing fits and all that. But hey, hi everyone, welcome to Yellow Brick Road Reselling. Hey, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. And if you're new or old, hit that thumbs up, turn on notifications if you want to know when I go live. I don't go live on a regular basis, it's just very sporadic. And today's Tuesday, and I thought, hey, it's the day after a holiday, so I've got shipping to do. Normally, I don't ship on Tuesdays. I take every other, well, I ship Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. I have 2-day handling. Sometimes I'll come down here and I will get into shipping, but most of the time, yeah, I kind of only really been doing it 3 days a week. Hey, good morning, Laura. Good morning, Sandy. How you guys doing? So I was searching for these this morning. I sold these Mickey Mouse. They're actually a magnet that you can put on your refrigerator, but they're also a bottle opener. So I sold these and I'm like, they weren't where they're supposed to be. And as you can see, my inventory, look this way, like see like P5 right here. When things are listed, they go into these clear totes and the totes have numbers. And I put that into my custom SKU. So it makes it so much easier for me to find things. And most of the time that works, like 99.9% of the time, I have no issues. But this morning, I'm like, where are these? So every once in a while, what happens is I will go to, I'll list something. So what I do is, over here is my photo booth, my table with my photo booth. And I take pictures and I usually will have either an empty tote or I'll have like, let's say P5 right here was half full. I'll pull P5 down. I'll put it next to my table. I'll take pictures of stuff and I'll throw it in that tote until it's full and then put it back on here. So there's no rhyme or reason to any of what goes in a tote. Like you can't find all my t-shirts in one tote, all my toys in another tote. Like there's t-shirts and toys and like everything's just mixed up. Well, when I started doing Whatnot, which down below is my right here, Whatnot, if you guys aren't following me. When I started doing Whatnot, I did a show called Disney. And I went around and I grabbed a bunch of Disney stuff from the totes. Not everything Disney, but a lot of Disney stuff. And I decided I would just keep everything in that Disney tote. That's where these ended up being. So I thought I'd gone back and changed the custom SKU for all of the Disney items that I pulled and put them into that tote, but I missed these. So that's where I first looked. Where I normally look is, let's say I'm working on tote B5. And then I put B5 away and I grab another tote. Let's say I grab D7 and I put that down and I start working on D7. Well, sometimes I'll put something in D7 and I'll forget to make a note that this is when I started D7. So what I'll do is I'll take a picture of, let's say, so for instance, I'm packaging this today. I'll put this in front of the tote number and take a picture. So when I'm listing, I'll know everything after this goes in that tote number until I see another picture of a tote. Well, sometimes I mess up. Not very often, but every now and then. So that's usually where I'll look first is I'll come onto the listing day and I'll on the eBay page and I'll sort by like the date it was listed. And I will see when I listed it. So for instance, let's say I listed this on July 1st. Then I'll look and I'll say, okay, what else did I list on July 1st and where did I put that? And if I see something went into KK, then I'll go into tote KK and sometimes there it is. So that's a little trick for when I lose something, what I do. Excuse me for coughing. I don't know why. I think I inherited that from my father. Every morning he had to blow his nose 100 times and with like cough and stuff. And that's me every morning. It's just ridiculous. So, all right, so let's get started. I'm going to package. And today I'm going to talk to you guys about TikTok. I'm going to give you an update on Whatnot in case I can't remember the last time I went live and where I was with Whatnot. And then just give you another update of where I'm at with reselling because some things have changed in the last week. And I haven't been doing my travel time chit chat. And I know somebody mentioned last time that they don't mind the background noise. My winter tires make a lot of noise. So I've been trying not to do as many travel time chit chats, although I really miss it. I can tell you that. I really miss it because you make me have to like listen to the radio now or YouTube. So all right, so I sold this hunting logbook. It's actually a book that I made. I got a company called Renbard Publishing. So this is on Kindle Direct Publishing. It's a really cool book. If you are interested in one, you can go and search for Red Barn Publishing on there, and you'll see this hunting logbook. And you can order author copies. So I went ahead and ordered an author copy, which will lead into my TikTok talk here in a minute too. And I actually ended up selling this on Etsy. Sold that on Etsy. So I listed it on Etsy and I listed it on eBay. So I can list this on Etsy and actually have Amazon print it and ship it. I would just order an author copy and have it shipped directly to the customer, which is completely within the rules of drop shipping on eBay and Etsy. Hey, everybody coming in. I see my numbers just popped up. So I've done that for a couple of them. Hey, Anissa. But the problem is that it takes like 2 weeks. Author copies are usually not rushed. Where if you were to go right on Etsy on Amazon and order this yourself, you get it like in a couple days. So it really makes a big difference on whether you order it from Etsy. But there are people shopping on Etsy and on eBay that don't go to Amazon. All right, so I got this. Let me ship this out. And since it is on Etsy, let me see. So one of the things I do for most of my stuff that's from my company, from my company, is I do wrap it in tissue. And then I have my business cards, which I just ordered new business cards. And I don't know if you can tell, but these came from Vistaprint. The other ones I ordered were from Canva, but Vistaprint was cheaper. My first batch was a lot nicer. These, I think, they look like it's off a little bit. Like the R looks like it's higher than the G. I don't know if you can tell in the video, but I don't like that. The other thing is I have this coupon on the back, say 15% off with coupon code welcome back. So if you wanted to go onto my website and order something, even though, so I've been putting this, I use my Dymo 450 Turbo to print those, and I've been putting it there. I looked at having it printed on the back itself, and it was really expensive. So it's just cheaper doing this. Alyssa! Oh my gosh, how are you doing? Are you still in California? Because it's really early there right now, right? 6 o'clock. Oh, I haven't heard from you in so long. You seriously need to like message me on Discord or something because I want to know what's up with you. What have you been up to? Are you still reselling? Are you still selling on Amazon? It's funny. I think of that we had a small group of girls that talked all the time that were Amazon sellers because I feel like it's such a saturated male market, and it was just nice to talk and just hang out with people. So all right, so here we got this one. So I'll tell you what I did. So with TikTok, my plan is, I sold this. I got to move it off my scale. I was weighing it to figure out how I'm going to box it. I say all the time. 6 ounces. TikTok. So I have a TikTok. You guys, you know I love going to the casino. Let me show you this. Hold on. Let me go. All right. So I ended up, I think I talked to you guys a few months ago about creating a TikTok. Oh, and it's thinking. There we go. Count switched. So I created a TikTok called Slot Play Bonus. Come on. There you go. Look at that, 1,104 followers in like a month's time. Isn't that crazy? Let me see when my first video was. Come on. Here we go. All right, we got 8 free games. Oh, it was actually August 16th, August, September. So almost, so the end of this week will actually be 2 months. So my goal was to hit 1,000 subscribers on, you know what? I thought I told my husband I was close to 2,000 already. I've got 1,104. I'm gonna take a screenshot of that because I was thinking, I told him last night, I was like, I think I might almost have 2,000 subscribers in the morning. It looks like I lost 900 followers overnight. That can't be right. Something's not right there. Huh. I mean, now it's got me thinking, like, what's going on? I wonder if I lost some. So look at this one down here. See this one right here? It's got a little devil. It says, I know it's blurry, but it says community guidelines something violation. I'm like, that's weird. I've never had that before. So I was like, what's that about? And it says that I was illegal activities and related goods. Oh, and regulated goods. Isn't that weird? I'm like, not selling anything. There's a lot of slot channels. So I put in an appeal. Some of my videos, like this one down here, has gotten 15,000 views. All right, so I was doing these TikToks and then I'm cross posting them to Instagram, Facebook, and a YouTube channel. I created a YouTube channel, which is pretty much all just shorts of this, what you find on TikTok. Because, you know, some people won't use TikTok. All right, so then I was like, wow, that's like my numbers grew really fast. And I was putting about 2 videos up every day. Every morning and every night, I would put a video up. And like really quick. It would take me, of course, the videos, I'm already at the casino, so I'm just recording anytime I'd get a bonus, which really no problem. Actually, you know, I talk to myself. I'm like videotaping and I'm like, come on, little devil, give me something good. And people around me are like, what is that lady doing? So I decided to get into TikTok a little bit more with my business. And one of the things that I have heard about, and I'm going to just talk about this a little bit before I continue packaging, because some people come onto my videos and they only watch the first 5 or 10 minutes and then they leave. So hopefully they stick around for the first 15 so they can hear this. So one of the things I've been trying to figure out in the KDP Kindle publishing world is there was talk this summer about doing TikTok videos, showing your product, showing your book. If you have a puzzle book, if you got a journal, like whatever it is you're selling, coloring book, right? Be coloring in it. Color some pages, show some kid coloring in it, do a TikTok with it. As those who know who use TikTok, if you show somebody using your product, you're more apt to have sales. So I bought at least one of almost every book that I have created. And my plan was to do that, to take that very expensive expenditure, because I've created quite a few books, and pretty much ruin them by writing in them so you can't sell them anymore as new, and just show them and do TikToks and just keep promoting. Well, that was a great idea, but I never did anything. I never did it. I never ended up doing it. So that's still on my to-do list, which I hope to do. All right. So then I was like, I said to myself this morning, I'm like, well, actually last week I was taking pictures and I thought, well, you know, there's a talk, and then this is in this group, even though we've all been very frustrated with this one Facebook group we're in. There's been a lot of talk, and there was a talk a couple weeks ago about utilizing TikTok, and then somebody said utilizing videos. That if you're selling on Etsy and even eBay, because if you're an eBay seller, you know when eBay comes out with a new feature, they push sellers who are using those features, promoted listings, advanced promoted videos, like they push you up. I truly believe that's true. All right, that's just speculation, but I think that is true. Just like when they were doing free returns, free shipping, like when you started doing that, they pushed you up. But I don't know if they push you as much now because there's other features they've released and they can't push everybody up. So I think anytime a new thing comes out, they push you up. So videos is really big right now on eBay. Like I have been listing, I'm not kidding, guys. I've been listing like 30 to 50 items a day. I have been trying so hard to get through my death pile. Um, and I got that new listing form. I think it was like last Monday or Tuesday. And all of a sudden I'm like, what? And every time I'd get it, I kept going back and changing it. And I've been doing that like since the spring. And then all of a sudden it didn't give me the option to change it back to the classic listing. And I was so frustrated because I don't like it. Some people say the more you use it, it's easier. I have not found that because I bet you I've listed 500 items and it has not gotten easier at all. I just absolutely hate it. Feel like it's more clicks. It's confusing. I'm like, is that clicked? Is that highlighted? Is it not highlighted? I do a lot of sell similar. So I always have to double check what somebody else has re-put in. And I just find it absolutely confusing. So now I got to remember what was the point of it with the listing. Oh, so videos. Yeah. So I feel like if you make a video that and you put it on your listing, it will help boost your listing. So I said, well, I'm going to start doing some videos of as y'all know, planners are my specialty. I love planners. So I said, I'm going to start putting in videos as I take pictures of the planner. I'm going to videotape me flipping through it, right? It does not work. It's different. If you have a musical box and you can put on something that spins and you can play it and show it, or like I have this Mickey Halloween thing. It's like a pumpkin and it looks like Mickey's ears and stuff that lights up and blinks. Like that was easy. I turned off the lights in my light box. I put a video on and I videotaped it just blinking. Easy. But when you got to put your hands and try and flip pages, it don't look pretty. It does not look pretty, especially with my big chunky hands, my hairy arms, my fingernail. I mean, I just don't have a beautiful hand to be putting in a video. So I'm like, should I send all these to somebody and have them create videos? I did think about that. Could I find somebody on Fiverr or something who's got a nice hand, like a hand model, and do that? Because I did videos. They didn't come out good, so I have not used them. But this morning, I had a brilliant idea. I say brilliant loosely because who knows if it will pay. But let me just show you my TikTok for Red Barn Planning. And if y'all would like to go and follow me, because I literally have 0 followers. So if you are on TikTok or Instagram or Facebook, I don't have them on YouTube. I put them on this channel, actually, my videos this morning on this channel. So Red Barn Planning. So I decided to well, let me show you the video and then I'll tell you what I did. I'll do this short. Well, no, I'll do this video first. Now, let me just read these messages before I show you this. Yeah, I'm in California, still reselling on Amazon, working, prepping nonstop, kind of tired of it. Trying to learn more about other ways to resell. Oh, that's good. Yeah, you have been like 3-4 years ago, you were just constantly busting butt. So, Anissa says I need to list more. Yeah, I hate that new listing form. I hate it so much. I can't even stress you how much I dislike it. They give you the option for feedback. I've been giving it a 1 star. I've given feedback a number of times. So every time you switched in the past back to the old form, you had to give feedback to get to the old form. And I've given more feedback. And then I had a survey recently that I got about selling on eBay. It was like a general survey. And I really talked a lot about that form within the survey. But they had a testing team. And from what I've heard from some of the people in the testing team, a lot of them were saying that they were giving like feedback back saying it wasn't easier. It was more cumbersome. And it seems like when I used it in the spring, excuse me, that it's the same thing that it is now, that it hasn't changed. So even if this team was giving feedback, it doesn't seem like they were listening, which doesn't surprise us, right? I'm on Insta. I will follow there. Oh, thank you. Thank you for following. I appreciate it. Okay, so here's the video. Okay, here it is. Autumn lights, all the places where we used to spend those sleepless summer nights. Autumn comes, autumn here. Autumn comes like it's supposed to be. Okay, so that's it. And then it just repeats itself. So I did that, and then I have another video right here. Let me show you the music on this one. So that's it. So that one was shorter. So the first one, so let me tell you what I did, because I'm going to do this. And I think that if you are on, you can do it on Instagram. You can do it on TikTok. You can do it on Facebook. Like you can do it on YouTube. You can do it on anything that has videos. You could possibly even, if you wanted to include a video on your listing, but you didn't want to create a video, like, like taking a video like this type of thing. All I did was I went to my Instagram or my Etsy page, because the photos on my phone are unedited. The photos on when I list on eBay, I could even take them from eBay. So, right. So let's say I went to eBay. I did a screenshot of the photos. So there they all are. So I did screenshots of the photos because it already has a nice, clear, crisp white background. And then I went to the first photo. Okay, so there's that one. And then I did, if you have an iPhone, right here is your screen record button. So I hit that button. So make pretend I hit it, because I don't want to make another one, because I'm almost out of space on my phone. And then as it was recording, so I started with this page, so I didn't have all the crap up above and stuff. And then I just sat there and swiped like this while it was recording. Okay. And then, unfortunately, I don't know. You guys, let me know if there's a way. Like, can I hit a button? I'm going to try it. I wonder if I could hit like this button and it stops recording. Otherwise, you have to come up here and then click to stop recording. There's got to be a way to do that, because what happens is I would get that in the video, me swiping up. So it records your video. It records your screen. So then I took that and uploaded it to TikTok. And on TikTok, there's a button at the bottom where you can snip it. So I had it go all the way to the end, and I snipped that section. So on my video, you'll see where the very last screen is black, and then it starts over again. That black is from me erasing that little part. For some reason, I can't get rid of the black, but at least I'd rather take black than me seeing that like setting screen or whatever. So on TikTok, you can use music, and it's all free, and it's all like copyright free or whatever that's called, so you can use it. So I went and I searched for autumn and fall type music, and I have a Christmas journal I've done. I'm going to add Christmas music to that one and do that one later today, because my plan is to start doing 2 a day, but I'm going to do it to all the different planners that I have and do that. But if you have, let's say you're like a clothing seller or a vintage seller, and you've got a clothing seller, and you've got a picture of your front, the back, you're zooming in to the detail or whatever, you can make this type of video with you just doing that and upload that, and then you have a video in your listing, which helps boost your listing, which I still think helps tremendously. And then if you wanted, you can put them on Instagram and TikTok. Let me know, is there anything besides, so I got Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. Now I'm wondering if there's a Another one that's a frequently used one. Like obviously I could put it on like Rumble and stuff, but I don't think there's enough traffic on Rumble to make it worth spending my time there. So that is my excuse me again. Okay, I gotta take another sip. So that is my TikTok like thing. Can you do video on Pinterest? So I pin my listings when I put stuff up in my planner group. I pin them to Pinterest. And actually when I did this Disney show, what I did was, and I think I showed you guys, I went to my eBay store and I typed in the word Disney under my active listings, and anything that was Disney came up. So all like 300 items came up. And then I chose which listings I wanted, and I saved the photos to Pinterest. I pinned it to Pinterest, the item to Pinterest. I think I hear my cat. Hold on. Let me go check. Let me go check. I hate to step away, but I hear him crying. All right. No, he's not there. Oh, I didn't want to get up because look I don't even match today. My plan was to not have to get up from this chair. I'm in my comfort clothes today. I'm definitely in the you're only going to see me from here down clothing, but oops. Yeah, I hear him crying. I don't know where he's at. Hopefully he didn't get shut in my bedroom, because I think Tony had a doctor's appointment, so he's gone. Okay, excuse me. So I put stuff to Pinterest, and then I used that when I was setting up my whatnot of the items that I wanted. So it was easier for me to go, and I just did screenshots of that and uploaded that to Pinterest. I mean to whatnot, but I don't know, time consuming. I don't really add the items to the catalog anymore when I do whatnot. All right, let me get packaging. And then while I'm doing that, I will tell you, Alyssa, about KDP. So I sold this home finance bill organizer. It's really cool if you're looking for something to keep track of your bills, and it's undated. You just write down what your expenses are. You can put your bills in here, and then you'll have them, which I need to start doing, because you know what? Last month, my husband called me from Runnings. It's like an outdoor sports store. And oh, well, hold on. I see my cat. You want to come in? He must have been upstairs crying to come in. Here you are. I heard you crying. You must have been upstairs, huh? Daddy's gone. I knew I could hear you. I've got good hearing. Watch out. All right, he must have been upstairs. It's gotten cold. It's like in the 30s. Let me see what it is right now. Oh, 43. So it's been cold, so we don't leave the door open for him right now. Yeah, so I grab this to package. So my husband called me. Hold on, I never printed the label for this. Hold on. This is the hunting book. Like, why is that still on my screen? This is why it takes me so long to get stuff packaged when I'm talking to you guys. It's one of the reasons why I haven't been on as much lately. All right, let me print this. But I miss you guys. I miss coming on here and talking. Reselling is such a lonely business. I've had to use my husband. Laura was there yesterday. I was kind of just, there's something going on in my reselling world, and I was talking to Laura about it yesterday. So I appreciate you being there, Laura. I was waiting for my husband to get home because I was making a large to me purchase for reselling, wholesale order. And I'm like, I really want to talk it through. I want to like show it on paper. And I'm like, he called me, he had to go get something welded. And I'm like, he told me he was running to a business and then go get something to eat. And I'm like, come back quickly, because I want to talk to you before I do what I want to do, and ended up doing it without really talking to him about it. But that's another story. So, okay. So, KDP. Or was I saying something else? Oh, yeah. So, first up before, because I was packaging this. So, he was at Runnings and he calls me and he goes, a credit card didn't work. So, we put everything on the credit card. And every 2 weeks, normally every 2 weeks, I will pay the credit card off. So we get 2% cash back. So it's just, it's a free couple $1,000s. Plus I have another one that's for Carnival Cruises, which I've got like $3,000 or $4,000 of credit on there. I try not to use that one that often, but there's some that are like auto go there, and I just haven't changed it. And I'm like, I'm going to have to start doing something like this because he goes, the card didn't work. And I'm like, that's weird. Like, we've got a huge like line of credit. Is that what it's called? A credit card, whatever. Like, we can spend a lot of money on it. And we don't spend even close to what we can. So I'm like, that's really weird. I said, well, let me give you a different card number, because that's the only card he carries with him. And let me give you a different one, and he could input it into their system and pay for it. And I said, then I'm going to look and figure out what's going on. So, because I'm like, I just used it yesterday at TJ Maxx, and so I logged on and it said overdue, and I'm like, what? I missed it by the day before it was due, and I'm like, oh my gosh, we missed I have never missed a payment since we've been doing this for 4 years. Since I've been doing Amazon and we started using credit cards again, have never missed a payment. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's ridiculous. Well, first of all, the day before I used it at TJ Maxx. The reason why I used it at TJ Maxx was because my TJ Maxx card was declined. So I don't know where September went, but I never paid any bills in September. So TJ Maxx was declined because that one was also due a few days before I went to TJ Maxx. I'm like, I don't even know. Like, where did September go? Time goes by so fast. So now I have 2 late fees for September. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to have to start keeping track. Excuse me for having to keep clearing my throat. I also think I might be coming down with a cold. So yesterday I felt like my head was underwater all day long. Like, my ears felt like I was underwater. Like, everything had that, like, you got water in your ears. And I said to my husband, like, I feel fine. I'm not tired. My throat's fine. I'm not stuffy. Like, I've got no other symptoms except for I just feel like I'm underwater. He kept trying to get me to, like, plug my nose and blow, like, to pop it. I'm like, I ain't doing that. No. Hey, good morning, Christy. So I probably need to use one of these so I stop being late, because that stinks. That stinks this month, having to deal with being late on 2 payments. But I wasn't late on some of my other ones. So I don't know where I messed up. So that stinks, because I am a huge proponent is, if you're going to use credit cards, you pay them off every single month, so you have absolutely no interest. Don't go there. Right? Only pay with what you can afford. If your sales aren't gonna, if it's a long tail purchase, let's say you buy something and it's going to take 6 months to sell, then, unless you have another means to pay that, then don't do it. All right, so Alyssa. I have Alyssa and Anissa. All right, so I use these eBay envelopes, but look, so I just put it over the eBay. So that was for Etsy, by the way. So KDP is, let me show you another one. I got a couple other ones here I got for KDP. So KDP is you publish your own books. So these are called low content books. Hey, did you get yours, Laura? I know you ordered one of these, and she ordered one of these. Just wondering what you think of them. So you can go in and you can create. So I do all of this in Canva. Create this accounting ledger. So let's say you have like spreadsheets that you use. Let's say you print them every month and you're filling something out. You can create a KDP account. You can take your page, like follow their guidelines, which they're very, very simple, and upload it. and create a book, and it can be just for yourself. You don't even have to sell it. It'll be on the website, and if you make sales, great. But let's say this is something that you would use yourself. You can create your own stuff, which is what I did for, well, so I got this. This is a small business ledger. This is an 8.5 by 11. You can choose what size. I created this one, which is a mileage logbook. So for you that, those people that are still like going to garage sales and you want to track your mileage, this whole book is for that. Which is nice is in the beginning of the book, you can put in your monthly business, the mileage rate, whatever it is. Like in the middle of the year, this year it changed. And then your total mileage expense for your taxes. So if you're not a huge, like if you're a part-time seller, this is like really good if you don't want to pay a monthly fee. Like I use Mile IQ, but if you don't want to pay a monthly fee or a yearly fee for that, then this is good. Because if you ever got audited and you've been claiming mileage, which you should be claiming mileage, first of all, then you need to have something. So having something like this, even if you don't log everything, but you have something in here, it helps. All right. So those are two things that I created on KDP. And then I did this one. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I have to keep clearing my throat and then I have to keep apologizing. I mean, I'm apologizing because I think it's rude when somebody makes noises like that on a video. But this holiday planner, and I actually have it with a sloth on the front too. And so you can do, I love planners. So this is my weekly planner it's only for 3 months. It's for October, November, and December. And then, hold on, there you go, card list. And then there's a section where you can write who you're sending greeting cards to, holiday cards, and whether you receive from them and whether you sent them one. And then there's a section for your gift list. So for me, I'm going to use this one, by the way. I'm going to put, my daughter's Kendra, my son is AJ. So I'll put Kendra here and then a list of what I get her, and then AJ and a list of what I get them. Because what I do with them, and over here it says like the value. Because what I do with them is I spend the same amount on them. I don't get like, oh, I'm going to get you 10 gifts and you 10 gifts. I say, no, I'm going to spend X dollars. And if you get one gift, because that's what you wanted, then that's all you get. All right. So then I have this section. So there's actually 4 of these: meal plan and grocery lists. And this is Halloween. This one says Halloween. Oop, there you go. Halloween night. So you do your meal plan, your grocery list. And then I got Thanksgiving, Christmas Eve, Christmas, and then a bunch of note pages. So this is what you can do on Amazon KDP. You can create, these are called low content books. And this one is by my Red Barn Publishing, which I got to move that over next time because they did away with you. See how it's not an ISBN number anymore? It's just this MX whatever. It must be like an Amazon number. Versus this one has an ISBN. And this one has an ISBN. So starting in July, they did away with the ISBN on low content books. So I thought I wouldn't have this at all. So I moved my thing over to the middle. But now I know, no, not to. So that's another reason why it's good to order the author copies. So just so you know, something like this, making a book this size, actually all of these, it doesn't matter the size, it's actually depends on the pages. I think these cost like $3. So if you sell them for, I think I sell them for what? I think it was $6.86 or $6.99, something like that for this. I only make like $1. It's not a lot. You don't make a lot. But it's really, I'm hoping to get the reviews and the traction, and then I can raise the rates a little bit. So, all right, so that's KDP. People do, like, I got a book on mazes. They do coloring books. I've got one that's like a recipe book. I got the hunting and the fishing. If anybody follows Ann Eckhart here on YouTube, they're not called low content though. Hers are more like regular books, and she does them like selling on Whatnot, selling on well, if it's an instruction manual of how to sell on a platform like eBay, then it's considered a regular book. But she sells like reseller planners, and they're like accounting books. So it's kind of like some of my books I'll put into one, which I've really thought about doing something like that. You guys know I've talked about that for so long. I've been wanting to do something. And I ended up doing KDP because the cost of printing my own planners was just outside of where I could spend the money, honestly. So I ended up with KDP. That was my plan this year, was to start producing my own planners, and KDP was the answer for me. I've got a couple books that do pretty well, but most of them don't do well. So I haven't been really putting a lot of time into it lately because my focus has been getting stuff listed for eBay, because honestly, that's where the money is at. And what I just found on my desk. I just found a Rolo, an individual Rolo, and it's not a printer Rolo. So I have found that this, like in the summer, my plan was to do a lot of KDP, and I just had internet connection issues. I have Verizon, but when you're in the mountains, there's no cell service, and I couldn't use my hotspot, and I couldn't do what I was planning on doing all summer. So that really struggled. And a lot of times we didn't know until we got there, or I would have a cell service enough to make a phone call and text, but I couldn't use the hotspot. I couldn't even check Facebook. Like I couldn't watch a YouTube video, like nothing. So even though ahead of time we would look to see what the service is going to be like, and people would comment saying, "Oh yeah, I had service there. Like Verizon was great. I had two bars or whatever." Well, we would get there, and 2 bars meant, yeah, I can make a phone call, but that's it. So that really dampened my KDP this summer. So because I was traveling a lot and putting my store on vacation, I wasn't like focusing on using like spending my, so I didn't mind spending my time when I was home doing KDP, but then it ended up being like, now I'm like, okay, now I'm trying to play catch up to get everything done for Q4. So even though we're now in Q4, but to me, my Q4 doesn't really start to November 1st. Like sales wise, doesn't really start hitting till then. Although today is Amazon Prime Day. Like, you guys notice, I was telling my husband, I'm like, do you know? Oh, by the way, for those that came in late, I didn't re-show these. These are Mickey Mouse magnets, Mickey and Friends, and they're on the backside. There's a bottle opener. So I forgot to see how much they weighed. 4 ounces. So I was watching TV last night. Not very late. I think I went to bed at 8:30 last night. Oh, maybe 9 o'clock actually. And they were showing a commercial for Target, was saying, "Oh, early Black Friday." I'm like, why is it that Amazon does something and everybody else has to do the same thing? I haven't even gotten my Christmas list for my kids yet. I'm not buying nothing for Black Friday yet because I don't even know what to get, because my kids have not told me. And when your kids get to a certain age, you don't buy it unless they tell you what they want. Otherwise, you're going to waste your money. Which, let me tell you, I'll package the next item why I say that. I bought these for my son because he's still, right, probably TMI, and he's going to, well, not that he cares and watches this, but he still wears the old style briefs. So I bought him these for Christmas a couple years ago. And when he moved in last October, which I'm just getting to that, my death pile is like enormous. When he moved into his new place last October, his roommate bought a house and they moved in together. He gave me a huge box of stuff that I've bought him for Christmas over the last couple years that he could care less about. So he gave me back these. So they're brand new. So I finally listed them this week, and they literally sold overnight. I put $24.99 because I couldn't remember how much I paid for them, and they sold. So I don't buy my kids things because I was listing so much stuff that I have given him, and some of it was actually even stuff he asked for. Because I was like, did you mean to put this in the box, or was this to go into, because we store some of his stuff here. So I didn't know if he meant for me to take that and put it in those boxes, or if it was to, like, for me to resell. And he goes, "Oh no, they're for you. They're for you to resell. I decided I don't want them." They were like anime figurines. Oh, 1 pound, 1.01. That's what these are. So let's go with a flat rate envelope. Let's see if they fit in here. So so I don't buy my kids things unless it's on their Christmas list. Because that's what happens. All right. Flat rate envelope, you are my bestest friend. I use you so much. So I used to just throw everything in padded flat rates. Not anymore. Not anymore. Most things I will put into these regular flat rates. See that? Look at that. Fits. The rule is, so I've been told, you can use one piece of tape. Hey, Holly. When you are using a flat rate envelope. So I do one piece of tape all the way across just to help keep it in shape. This is going to Lake Worth, Florida. Flat rate envelope. Okay, it's still only $7.60 on eBay. So if the rate had gone up, I would go to Pirate Ship because Pirate Ship is not increasing their rates through the holidays. So if you ship on Pirate Ship, you'll actually will see like the 35 cents or whatever discount. Like, well, however it went up, they'll show a negative that you're not paying that. So, all right, there's the underwear. So I guess I get to get some of my money back. Wish I would have known sooner. Like some of it would be nice if you would just give it back to me right away. I should say though, I think this may have been last year. Did he come last year? No, 2020. He didn't come. Because both my kids live in Vermont, and Vermont had a rule at that time that if you went out of state, when you came back, you had to quarantine for 2 weeks. Well, neither of them have vacation time to do something like that. So they didn't come over for Christmas. So I went to their place and dropped it off. And at that time, it was like, oh my gosh, you're from New York. I'm going to get COVID. So I literally did porch drop-offs for my kids for Christmas that year. Now I got a little tiny bug flying around. Tease them. But like previous years, if he opens up something, he says, yeah, I don't want this. And he just gives it right back to me. I know that can be kind of cold when you like think somebody's going to love something and you give them a gift and they literally open it and give it right back to you. But, that's my son. Right? My son, he is autistic and he's got Asperger's, which I guess you're not supposed to use that terminology anymore. And so, he just doesn't, like, he says things and he just doesn't know that it could affect somebody when he says them. But I just know that's the way he is. So it doesn't bother me. Like, he's not doing it out of ill intent type of thing. And honestly, I'd rather have it because I could bring it back to BJ's. I bought those at BJ's. I could bring it back and get my full money back versus putting them on eBay and hoping you get a portion of your money back. So I don't think they're cheaper on eBay unless eBay had, so they didn't raise the rate for the flat rate. Anissa was asking, are flat rate cheaper on Pirate Ship? No, they are not. I don't think they are. But there are some things that are cheaper on Pirate Ship because they didn't raise the rates through like October 1st till whatever. So I sold this Pittsburgh sweatshirt. All right, got $19.20 for it. Not bad. I paid $1. So I'm happy with that sale. Plus shipping, of course. So I'm really kind of excited to make more of those TikTok videos. So on Instagram, so if you followed me on Instagram, I used to have a Instagram called Yellow Fox because that's my whatnot. That's kind of my company name. And Instagram only lets you have so many accounts. And they wouldn't let me create another account for slot play bonus. So I had to convert one of my accounts I wasn't really using, and that one was kind of one that went by the wayside. So I decided to go ahead and convert that one. Well, now that I'm going to start doing these TikToks for my business a little bit more, like I could show this Pittsburgh one. I'm probably just going to end up doing it under Yellow Brick Road. I'll probably end up doing most of my TikToks will end up going there if it's not planner related. So, yeah, Pittsburgh is not doing well at all, are they? They are having a rough season. All right. 2 pounds. All right, this is just regular priority mail. Let's go into North Carolina. Let's see, how much is a padded? I don't use them that much. $8.30. So a padded is cheaper than regular priority. So this won't fit in a flat rate, so we'll put it in a padded. So I did a fantasy football this year. I used to do a fantasy football every year, and in 2020 I stopped just because of things that were going on politically that just didn't sit right with me. So I stopped even watching football, and then I've kind of slowly gone back to it because I miss it. It's so hard to say you don't agree with something politically and cut it out of your life, and if it's something you really enjoy, like if my local casino did something I didn't like, it would be so hard for me to not want to keep going back, even though I may not agree with something. And that's how I was with NFL. It got to a point where I'm like, I really miss it. I miss it. It's the only sport that I watch. And I'll tell you, taking 3 years off from it, I don't know most of the players. It's just crazy. They say, they just talk about running backs and wide receivers, and I'm like, who is that? I don't even know. But I've enjoyed going back to watching it. So, yeah, you don't miss it. I guess if I was watching I stopped watching baseball when they did a strike back probably in like the 90s or something. I pretty much said, I'm not watching baseball anymore. I didn't agree with their position, the player's position. And I don't think I've ever really watched a baseball game since. And I don't miss it because honestly, I don't really care about baseball. But I've always been a football lover. Like I went to the football games growing up. In high school, I was a football cheerleader, so I was there at all of them. I was going to my daughter, and my son, but he didn't go. But my daughter would go to football games, and I'd go with her because I really like football. One of the colleges she chose was based upon that they ended up having a football team versus she had 2 of them. She was looking at Worcester State or Westfield in Massachusetts, and she ended up going with Westfield because it has a football team. So I just listed these 2 puzzles that I picked up at a garage sale, brand new. I think it was a garage sale. Let me see. Yeah, garage sale. I paid $1 a piece, but they were brand new, still sealed. See, sealed. Somebody bought both of them. Like again, these are things I listed and they sold like overnight. $48 for the 2 of them, so must have been $24 a piece. $66.96 all in. This buyer is. Well, when I got notification that I sold a puzzle and I was like $66, I said, oh, it must be an international buyer, and then I realized they bought both of them. So that is sweet, and it's only going to Massachusetts, which is even sweeter because that's not going to be very far. Shipping. What should we put you in? Oh, I wonder if you'd fit in my new eBay boxes that I got with my last quarter. I got these boxes last quarter. They're 10.8/6s. And oh my gosh, you guys, I am so glad I got this size. All right, so will you fit? All right, you do fit. You're going in here. So most of the time I'll use, because they're going to go priority, I'll use the free priority boxes. But every now and then I'll get something that it just doesn't fit right. I end up having to cut them, resizing the box, right? Make a Franken box. In this case. So now it's just so nice to be able to grab a box. Most things that fit in these boxes go priority anyhow, just because they're bigger. I need to get some 3-inch tape. Because look how much, I put that much tape. Like I put one down the middle and then one on each side. Box nerd alert. I love my boxes. But look, it fits right in there. As long as it doesn't get damaged by the post office. Look how nice they fit. I'm not even going to put anything on top. They're getting it just like this. let's see, who ordered this? Colleen. Hey, Colleen, how about you stop by Red Barn Planning and come check me out? She does not get a coupon code on the back, though. Only people who buy planner stuff get a coupon. But I bought 1,000 of those, I think. Maybe 200. Maybe 250. Maybe 500. Box 2 of 2. I don't know how many come in a box. But I ordered 2 boxes. All right. Let's see. How much are you going to weigh? I might go to pirate ship with this because it'll probably be cheaper. 2 pounds of 5 ounces. Oh, I did 2 pounds, 10 ounces. So at least I covered it because sometimes I don't cover it right. Let's see. Football has always been my favorite sport to watch. Yeah, so it's probably, well, but you said it's not bothering you. Goes with all things. Play your music, throw your ball, stop with the politics. I agree. But in today's environment, as you know, it is so hard to keep politics out of anything. Like everything has become so politicized. Like everything. Right? You can't even talk about PayPal without it becoming a political topic, supposedly. So I mean, it's just very hard. I think the issue is so I belong to a Facebook group and they say keep no politics. And I'm okay with that. But there are times when politicians make decisions that affect your business, your small business, right? Hiring a crap load of IRS agents. And then there's all this talk, right? Changing from 20,000 down to 600 for reporting your income, which even though we all know you should have been reporting your income anyhow, it still affects your business if you weren't reporting your income because now you got to report it. So there are decisions that are made all the time. The problem is when you're in a Facebook group and a Discord group, commenting on a YouTube video, which, hey, everybody, when you leave here, comment on the YouTube video. Do you know that it helps their algorithm when you comment in the chat and when you comment afterwards? So it's okay if you're like, oh, that's ridiculous. Now I got to keep track of my expenses. Now I've got to do this. Now I got to do that. Or this is how it's going to affect my business. Postal rates went up. It makes it so much harder as a small business owner. Like saying things like that is one thing. The problem is, and when somebody says, let's go, Brandon, or things along those lines where you're actually targeting, saying something negative against a specific politician or a group of politicians, even though it may have been that group that passed the bill that's creating you to do this now. That's where it kind of is like, okay, now you're gonna have people who are just, then you're just going to get into that name calling, nitpicking, and that's where it kind of turns wrong. So I think if you keep it business focused, then it's probably okay. There's a specific group that has been dealing with this issue, and so I think that if you just kind of don't go there, then you're okay. But I think it's okay to talk about how legislation is changing your business, right? Like when the Nexus changed, and thankfully eBay came along and said, hey, we'll collect all that sales tax for you. Right? That was amazing for them to do, by the way. Okay, so now I forgot. How much is this weigh? Oh, 2 pounds, 5 ounces. That's right. See, I get so sidetracked. All right, pirate ship. If you don't use pirate ship, you should. You can import, if you connect your eBay, you can literally import your eBay orders into pirate ship, which I'm going to come over here right now and look for Colleen. Colleen from Michigan. Nope, Massachusetts. That's right. And you are a 10, 8, 6. See, I might get better because it will be cubic shipping. 2, 5. So that's why I go to pirate ship to see. Let's see what pirate ship says. Pirate ship is telling me $8.06. And eBay is $8.15. I wanted to show you. This is what I was talking about. Hold on. I'm going to share my screen. Wait a minute. Oh, it's called Present now. Share screen. Oh, I think they changed something. Okay. I don't think there's any addresses here. So right here. So see how it says 806? And then it says U.S. temporary holiday increase was 25 cents. They didn't pass that on. So this is what I was talking about earlier on how when you go to Pirate Ship, you'll see that they didn't pass on that 25 cents. Where I think eBay, I don't know if eBay passed it on or not, but anyway, 8 cents more. If I switched to UPS, it would cost me 8 cents more. Sometimes UPS is cheaper, but it's further for me to drive. Or I should say my husband. So I don't usually do that unless it's a huge difference or I have more than one package to make it worth doing. So, all right. There's that. Perfect box. Perfect box. Oh, which my husband has my car. He drove it. I had to go an hour away to the doctor's. Okay. And I know he was dealing with the doctors. He was on the phone. He's been on the phone. Oh, Friday and then again yesterday. So he is a disabled veteran. So he gets his health care for free from the VA. We don't live near a VA facility, so everything has to be pretty much like he gets like local care. So he has to call his doctor and they have to give him a referral and then he can go to that doctor. Well, they gave him a referral for ear, nose, and throat because he's having some issues with his eyes. And they, well, first of all, he poisoned himself this summer with a weed killer. He was spraying it in his, he's got like a food plot for the deer, and he was spraying this weed killer, and the powder dust, whatever, blew back into his face, and he wasn't wearing any protection because, you know, it's my husband. For anybody who knows real Tony, you would understand. Sometimes, you know. So when we were on our vacation in Tennessee, we had to go to the emergency room because he had sprayed 2 days before that. And on the way down, he started feeling bad. We spent the night in Ohio. And the next day, he was like really bad. He goes, when we get to Tennessee, I got to go to the doctor's. So he went to the walk-in clinic and they sent him to the emergency room. And they said, hey, when you get to the emergency room, let them know that you poisoned yourself. And so he told them. They took him in like this, almost like if you're having a heart attack, that's how fast they bring you in. He was in and out in 45 minutes. They gave him a shot and put some drops in his eyes and then sent him away. But yeah, so it ended up being that came back into his eyes, and he had like his eyes were like infected and pussing. They were it's gross, right? It's really gross. It was gross. I felt so bad for him. And he had to drive the RV because I wasn't driving it. So that's all cleared up, but it's affected. He's still having issues with his eyes. So that's what he's going to. So he called for his appointment and they're like, oh, we don't take the VA. So he called back to the VA and they gave him another referral to another place. And that place was like, yeah, we don't take the VA. And I'm like, how do you not take the VA? If you're affiliated with the hospital and our hospital takes the VA, like, how do you not? So he called the VA and the VA is like, yes, they do. And he's like, they were like, don't cancel your appointment, go. So they fit him in, but he had to drive an hour. All right, so I sold these army pants and they are not in great condition. So look, oh, let me show you, this side is worse. Like, look at the stains. Like, they're like in nasty. This is like ripped. So on the side, they have these things so you can tighten it because the pants are for like multiple waist sizes. These are not in good condition. And I put that, and I literally said they're in poor condition. Let me tell you exactly what I said. I put, oh no, sorry, you must have said poor on something else. I said the adjustable straps on the side are broken. The pants have seen better days. They have stains and the side straps for adjustment are damaged. I still sold them for 20 bucks because brand new they would have gone for almost 40. Like, believe it or not, it's crazy. So I bought a bunch of these for 50 cents. Well, man, I shouldn't say a bunch. Well, I got 3 in this listing. I'm almost positive I have another box or a bag of more of these because I remember buying them at the beginning of the summer. I'm just getting around to listing this stuff. All right, so let's see. Flowery padded envelope. Where are you going? To Florida? Yeah, so you probably would be best going in an envelope, padded envelope. Party mail would be 13 bucks. Jeez. Jeez, Louise. I think I'm short on paddeds. Oh, you know what? Actually, I take that back. I think I have a whole box over near my stairs. So I'm going to actually not fold them in half, but fold them in thirds. Makes a difference when you fold. So I fold them in half, and then normally, so I fold them in half, and then normally I put that in a bag, but this case, I fold them in half, and then I got to fold them into thirds to fit into this. Yeah, so do your kids still go to like games and stuff? So my kids are older, so if I didn't watch NFL, I guess I could watch like college football. The problem with college football is there's so much turnover of the like the students graduate. So, you know, you got a max of 4 years. And you just have to remember everybody. I guess I never got into it enough to want to remember everybody. But it's hard for me because a lot of my favorite players are gone. They're retiring. So it's been tough. I just don't know people anymore. And they're all so young. I see them and they're so young. They're like babies. Like, you're not old enough to be in the NFL. Even though you've already done 4 years of college. 4 years of college, they still don't look very, very old anymore, do they? Everyone looks so young. Like when you go to the doctors, new doctors, you're like, oh, are you Doogie Howser? You don't look old enough to be a doctor. Okay, then I sold this blender bottle, which I was selling these on Amazon at one time. Let's see if this was one of them. No. And they got taken down because Blender does not like you selling their items, blender bottle. So it went up on eBay, but they never took it down from eBay. Isn't that weird? Okay, I think I have one. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, I might be all out of them. Oh, what's this? Would you fit in here? There's a oh no, it's not going to fit in here. Here's an 864 box that has been cut down. But the head's going to be too big. Yeah, it's going to make it stick way out. I thought I had a 1266 box, but I think I'm all out of them. The problem is these other boxes, right, because it's not very heavy. So it's going to go first class. I just got to figure out how to ship it. Maybe I'll just bubble wrap the heck out of it and throw it in a poly bag. I need to start keeping these. I listed a poster the other day, and I need to ship it in a tube. It's too bad this didn't fit. Oh, what do you think, Tamara? How do you want to ship that? I don't think I have a box over there that would work perfectly. So I think I'm going to have to come up with plan B. This should be able to handle being in a poly bag. I mean, they're pretty durable. How much did I sell it for? $15. Where is my bubble wrap? Here it is. There you are. I know I had to move you because I've been using it over in my listing, because as I've been listing a lot of breakables lately, I've been bubble wrapping them to put them in my thing. Did I tell you all about my cat bringing in a mouse and a chipmunk while we were gone? We went to the RV show in September and we came home. There was a chipmunk in the living room. We got him out the door. And then we were going to bed and there was a mouse in the bedroom. We're like, oh my gosh, Pip, you brought in all these critters because we have a cat door. You're just bringing them in while we were gone. So that night I slept in the guest bedroom because I did not want to sleep knowing there was a mouse in my room. And my husband could care less that there was a mouse in the room. He didn't care that I cared. So I figured by the next morning, if I left the door open, the mouse would be gone, or hopefully the cat had caught in it. The thing is, you don't know when he catches it because he eats everything but the guts. I'm like, oh, looks like he brought another one in and ate it in the middle of the night. So, I mean, sometimes he kept bringing them in, and if he brings them in when we're awake, we're home, we grab them from him and throw it outdoors. But I was picking up dirty clothes over near my husband's side of the bed because, gosh forbid, he takes like literally 5 steps and puts them in the laundry room. We have a master bedroom. It has a walk-in closet, and then it goes into the laundry room. So it's like right there. And which I was reminding him this morning. I said, it'd be really nice if you just put your dirty clothes in the laundry room. But anyway, I was picking up his dirty clothes. And I found the dead mouse suffocated underneath his dirty clothes. So there's that mouse. Found it. All right. So what do you guys think? Should I put it in a poly bag? Do you think I have to worry about it getting crushed? What if I wrapped cardboard around it? Have you ever seen so Jason Smith from the thrifting board, he does mugs. And he takes it and puts cardboard around them and puts them in like a poly bag or a flat rate envelope. So what if I just did that and put it in? Because I'm trying to keep it under a pound. That's my thing. And I don't think I have a box that this would fit in easily. All right, it's at 9 ounces right now. Let me see if I grabbed. Oh, let's see. You're probably too small. You're probably going to be too small. Can I squeeze you in here? Yeah. You are so not going to work. I got all my scrap here. Right, you're not wide enough. I could go around it. See, like I got this. But it won't go around it all the way. Like if I did this, I'll see like it bends right here. Here we go. Like this. It wouldn't cover all of it. So that's not going to work. So that's what I was thinking. And then I could just throw it in an envelope. But I have to worry about the top getting broken. Let me just see how much it weighs with this cardboard. We can't see the 10 ounces. Yeah, so that would have still kept it under a pound. I think I'm going to have to go and look in my boxes. My stash of boxes. All right, guys. I'll be right back. Don't leave me. There's 16 of you in here. When I come back, I'm hoping to still see 16. I'm not going to be long. All right. Who left purposely just because I told you not to leave? None of you. You're all still here. Yay. You like me. You really, really like me. Who did that? Who did that at the like award show or whatever? I'll put my glasses back on. All right, so I grabbed this, but guess what? Not big enough. Not big enough. It's this needs to be this thick. Which I could cut the sides down a little, but maybe not. All right, let's try plan B. How much time am I spending on this stupid thing? Sally Field, that's who it is. Okay, so I have this 8x8x8 box. Let's see. Can I Frankenbox this? If I just bend this side and just bend this middle. Okay. It's definitely not perfect, but oh, wait a minute. Oh, it fits, but it's still kind of, it's right against it. But you know, I'm going to take a chance. At this point, I'm taking a chance because how much time am I going to spend on this $15 bottle? Time is money. Don't cut your leg, Tamara. Ooh, I was cutting straight down into my leg. Safety protocols gone out the window right now while I am Frankenboxing this 8x8. Wait, you know, I probably should have Frankenboxed that's 10x8x6 box. Hold on. See, Holly, now you know why I have box alerts. Because when something works and fits exactly, and I don't have to go through all this trouble. Well, golly gee, lady, this one would have worked right from the beginning. It can go in diagonal. It won't fit going straight, but it will fit diagonal. Yes, OSHA is going to get me because I'm using my razor blade downward motion into the leg. Look, see, it doesn't fit this way, but look at this. Look at this, baby. There you go. All right. And let's make sure it still is under a pound. Could you imagine if I went through all this and it was over a pound? Oh, yeah, 15 ounces. Wow, that is sweet and dandy, isn't it? Sweet and dandy. So I paid $2.94 for that. I should have checked the bottom to make sure there wasn't a price tag still on it. Then I sold it for $15.20, but I think I've had them for at least 2 to 3 years, maybe. Where did I get that? Bed Bath & Beyond. So yeah, so it's probably been 3 years because I have not really been to Bed Bath & Beyond since 2020. They closed the one closest to me, and now they're closing the other one. 15 ounces. Wow, that is sweet. Oh, it's been listed so long that I don't even have the measurements in my eBay listing. That's how long it's been. Because normally I put my measurements in because they require it when you're listing now. So it's before they required it. Oh, this is going all the way to Wisconsin. Wisconsin. I have box nerd alerts, not just on YouTube. I like boxes. I like boxes and I cannot lie. All right. Well, there you go, Matt. There you go. You're going to be getting your bottle. What are we going to do next? What are we going to pull next? Now I got a box that I started to Frankenbox. And now I got this extra box here. Let's just throw them over in my pile. My pile's gotten so big behind me. It is so unorganized. I keep saying I'm going to clean my office. But every time I say that, I'm like, no, I got more important stuff to do than clean my office. Hey, good morning, Beth. Actually, finally caught you live the other day, only for a little while. I was driving. Where was I driving from? I think I went and picked up Walmart groceries. All right, so I sold this Old Navy men's wool blend shirt, jacket, shacket, extra large, green, quilted lining. That's my title. There you go. Old Navy. Old Navy. This went for $22.40. I paid $1 for it at a garage sale. Because it is wool. Anytime I can find something wool, I pick it up. Oh my gosh. Speaking of wool, so I was reading Facebook this morning. So when I wake up in the morning at like 4:30, I lay in bed reading. Oh no! There's a button missing. Shoot. Did I mention this? Hold on. There's a button on the wrist right here missing. I don't remember if I knew that. I did put it on here. So it sold for that price, and I put pre-owned with a few buttons missing, 2 down the front and 1 on the sleeve. Well, thank you for catching that, Tamara, before you sold it. All right, so I lay in bed and I'm reading, hey Maggie, and I'm reading, I read Facebook. And I just lay there till I decide, okay, time to get up because I got to go to the bathroom. Or the cat's crying because he wants to be fed because he's now figured out that I'm awake. And so I said, this morning I was reading a post, and it's pretty much the only time I read Facebook when it comes to like reselling stuff is in the early morning. So I'm reading this post, and this person was complaining because somebody bought a size like a large or an extra large and a size small flannel shirt. So tell me what you guys think. Hey Glenn, Swamp Picker. And so they bought 2 flannel shirts from this person. Well, they got them and they were saying how they thought the size small. They're like, oh, you sent me the wrong one. I ordered, like, let's say it was a large. They're like, I ordered a large. You sent me a small. And the person said, no, you ordered a small. Like, that's all I have is that small. I don't have another size. And I think this was on Etsy, on an Etsy forum, by the way. And so the person was saying how they have a no return policy. And the person wanted to exchange it for a large. And they said, well, I don't have any larges. All I had was that small. Well, then they went to their website. This person has a website also besides Etsy, which, you know, like I put in my planning ones. And they bought 2 more flannels from them. So I think she makes flannels, but she only so she makes flannels, I think. And she says they tried to use the Etsy coupon because she puts a coupon in her orders for 15% off their next order. And they tried to use it on the website and it didn't work. So they had messaged her and said, hey, I just bought 2 flannels. Tried to use that coupon. It didn't work. Can you send me a 15% refund for that order? So she's like, so she's got 2 issues. So she's saying, well, I have a no return policy. So she goes, I don't want that shirt back. It is late in the season and I don't have enough time to resell it. And I'm thinking, what do you mean? It's only like the beginning of October. It's just barely the season. I wonder if she was maybe an international seller. But the whole time, I guess I was just assuming she was the US. It just dawned on me she could have been international. But I'm thinking, it's not late. This is early in the season. What are you talking about, lady? Take the damn return. Somebody messed up. She's a good customer. She's come back and bought 2 more shirts from you. If you say no to that return, she probably would never buy another item from you. Is it worth pushing away one buyer than just returning that and relisting it? All right, so this I put down flat rated padded. Oh, I hope it fits. I don't know if this is going to fit in a flat rated. This is really thick. I made a boo-booed here. Oh, well, U.S. priority mail is only $8.27 and a flat rated is $8.30. So guess what you're going in? You are going to go in a regular, not this one, because this one's the old ones were before they started printing priority mail on the inside. I saved that for I need something bigger than what I got. I could turn it inside out and use their stuff inappropriately. That's what I saved that one for. Unless I don't have another one right here. Then I'll use that one. No. See, this is the new ones. The new ones, the USPS got smart. See, now it's printed on the inside. And it says, priority mail postage required. But I have a couple of the older ones. Just in case. All right, Shacket. I don't know if you're even going to fit in this. Ooh, this might be a really close one. Probably should box you, but you're going to cost a lot more if I box you, I think. What did I put down? 2 pounds. I have a feeling it's going to weigh over 2 pounds. Just saying. That's what I think. Isn't it weird? Like today's Tuesday. It feels like Monday. I literally took most of yesterday off. Oh my, I take that back. I did come down here and take some pictures. But I tried to take most of yesterday off because, man, I've been working a lot lately. Since we got home from the RV show, I've been working 7 days a week. And I have been listing and listing and listing. I'm almost up to 2,000 listings right now. I think at one point I was down to, I think I was close to 1,500. But you got to remember that as I'm listing, things are selling. So, yeah. Still not very high. So, how many of you go on eBay and check your stats? How many of you go on and check how many listing impressions you get? Let me see. Let me look at what I want to talk about. Oh, and then I want to talk about whatnot, because I think that's in my title. eBay. Okay, so when you're on eBay, if you're near your computer, feel free to pull this up. Really wish they would provide you with the seller dashboard on your phone. In the meantime, let me weigh this. Oh, it's only 1 pound, 11 ounces. Oh, that is so sweet. Okay, so when you're on eBay and you go down and it says, where's your listing impressions? Hold on, I gotta find this. Where do I find that? Seller dashboard? No. Where did I find that report? I tell you, I find this so confusing. Hey, good morning, Jeanette. Another West Coaster getting up. So, oh, here it is. So it's under traffic. So it's part of my seller hub. Like I've added it, so it's there. I guess I'm blind. So I have this. Let me see. Let me share this with you guys. Oh, wrong button. I see they move stuff around. Stop moving stuff around. All right, now you can see my my sales. How pathetic they've been. Look at that. 2,400 in the last 31 days. That's it. Hopefully we see a large increase in the next few things. But I'll tell you, I've not been selling much because I've been on vacations. All right, so over here on this screen right here, this traffic. So this is my listing impressions have gone up 68%. My click-through rate has gone down, and that's probably because over the last 31 days, I have lowered my promoted listings. Recently, I've gone back to trending. So, and then listing page views. So there was this whole conversation about this sales conversion rate right here. So I am at only 1.1%. So I think that means for the last 30 days, only 1.1% of people who clicked on my listing or viewed my listing? Let's see. Reports, impressions, page views, quantity sold. So I sold 102 items. All right. Impressions. Yeah, look at this. So 24% impressions, but then when I promote it, I'm at a 75%. I mean, because that would make sense for eBay to want to promote if you have promotion for them to put those items high, like up, because they get paid. So then the problem is they bury the stuff they're not promoting. So look at my impressions, like they dropped, right? Because I went on vacation. I turned off my promoted listings for a little bit and it really dropped. So top 20 search slot impressions. Stop popping up. Non-search impressions. All right. So the whole thing was that 1%. Page views, quantity sold. All right, these are just my listings. All right, I guess that's not showing me anything about that 1.1%. Well, that's why I clicked on it. I clicked on it to show this sales conversion rate. So only 0.2%. So whatever. That's horrible. That is a horrible thing. So I was on this Facebook group and I was talking about, we was sharing impressions. And I said, I'm going to share everything. So I shared all of that. I'm going back to printing my label here for this. And the person said, actually, this very large seller in the community, in the Amazon world, really, he said, so those who watch The Bearded Picker, he has John Chartier, the grumpy guy. He goes by Grumpy. He had made a comment saying his, and I think it was, I'm guessing, I think it was 31% or something like that, 32% is his percentage. And I'm at 1.1. And he's like, well, it's because you're not selling stuff people want. And I'm like, I know I'm not. I'm selling stuff I enjoy sourcing. So I've been really starting to think about, how do I start to source things that people want? The sell-through rate is better. So that's where I'm at with my reselling right now, is trying to come up with how to source things that are in that realm of stuff. But I still want to be able to do the stuff I enjoy, which are the planners, the journals, paper products, stickers. Like, I really enjoy that. So I'm going to keep doing that, even though that doesn't bring in the amount of money that it would be nice if it brought in. I still want to continue doing the stuff I enjoy, but I need to start adding on stuff that I don't enjoy as much. So I'm going to, I enjoy selling, and I enjoy making money. I enjoy hearing a cha-ching. So whether it's men's underwear, which I could care less if I ever sold a pair of men's underwear, but it is nice to get a cha-ching and sell stuff. So I need to look at that. I know there's some things that do really well, like in the electronic world. I just don't know that world enough. Do I want to take the time to learn it? I don't know. So I'm really starting to think about, is there things in the realm of stuff I enjoy selling that sells quicker, that sells more year round? Because, it comes to the planners and stuff, it's a very seasonal thing. It's good right now, but it will die down middle of January and maybe sell a couple throughout the rest of the year, but hardly it really dies down. I've got a whole tote of 2022 planners that did not sell. I went too deep this year, but I didn't know how deep to go. But I digress. That's the problem when you buy stuff that has an expiration. I'm saying that right because paper doesn't expire, but if it's got dates on it, it does. So I wouldn't go deep on, food products, because you got to worry about that. So now I'm just trying to think about, what can I get? What can I start investing in? Something that, and I want to get back on Amazon. My sales on Amazon, you guys. All right, you ready? I'm talking about pathetic, right? I'm always straight with you guys. This is my pathetic sales. This is my year to date. 6,300. Look, I am down 91% on Amazon. In last year, Amazon was not good for me. I did not do well on Amazon. The year before, I did very well on Amazon. So it's down 91% from last year. And last year was already a crappy year. So it's bad. 63%, 63,000 or 63,000. Yeah, 6,300 for a whole year. That's not good. That's not good at all. So I know that I kind of changed things up in the spring, because my plan was to get away from shipping stuff out. And I was doing the KDP. I was just really trying to focus more on print on demand. Which ended up being a complete flop. Like, print on demand, you are competing with so many people. It's not worth it for me. You really have to, in my opinion, you have to have a team. You have to hire graphic designers. You have to just be constantly, that's got to be your only focus if that's what you want to do. Because it is, you've got to build up 10,000 listings to hopefully sell 50. That's the problem with that. So I ended up reevaluating, like always. I'm always reevaluating my reselling business. And I've decided that I really want to go back into Amazon. That's really where I want to be. Because even though I love the eBay, I love garage selling, I love finding good deals and being able to flip them. It's exciting. The adrenaline rush is there. I just love it. But I also love when I walk into a retail store. Back when I was doing a lot more retail arbitrage, I pretty much am doing no retail arbitrage. But when I walk into a retail store and I would see like a whole shelf or a whole like whatever full of whatever it is I'm looking for, and I just get excited. Um, Sometimes during Q4, I will literally be in the checkout line at replenishing on Amazon for FBM, and I hear cha-ching as soon as I replenish it, like it's selling. That is exciting. So that's just as much as of adrenaline rush as when I go to a garage sale and I find something that I can flip for a lot of money. So I'm trying to get back into that. I have just found that Amazon has changed a lot in the last couple of years since I was really selling on it, really since 2020. And it seems like more people, because I'm still in a lot of the Facebook groups, and people are still posting about getting shut down. Like just recently, there were somebody that was selling Nike just got shut down because Nike is going after counterfeits, but it's unfortunately getting some people who aren't selling counterfeits mixed in. I used to go to TJ Maxx, and well, I only have a TJ Maxx here. I don't have like a Marshalls or anything, but I would go to TJ Maxx and I would pick up clothing that was Nike socks, Nike stuff like that. And knew I was always taking a chance reselling it, but I also knew that it was authentic, and the chances of like a buyer coming back and saying it was fake is pretty slim. But now knowing that Nike has hired a firm to come after people, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to touch stuff unless I can get it from maybe a Nike store where I have a receipt, which I don't have that here where I live. So I just feel like RA is out the window. I really want to focus more on, and even OA, I really would rather focus on wholesale again. And what I've tried wholesale in the past has just flopped, has not worked for me. But I feel like if I can find some wholesale, and if I can have enough profit where I can sell a certain number, and I got to figure out what that number is, where I'm going to make enough after expenses to make X dollar amounts. Because I got to tell you, our savings account got really drained this summer because my sales were just so shitty all over the place. I mean, eBay, Etsy, Poshmark, Amazon, like everything is gone down. I'm not even selling on Mercari anymore, so that's like zero for that. So my sales have gone down so much across the board just because I've enjoyed life this summer. Wasn't really working. I took really from April till September off, and it has definitely impacted our savings, and we got some more trips planned next year. So I'm like, I got to work on figuring out like how to build that back up. So I want to make it to a point where I can just hopefully find some wholesales that I can have a prep center prep and send to Amazon for me while I'm on the road. And then, or maybe even like I just reached out to a company yesterday, which when I'm done this, I got to call them and pay for an order I just placed with them. And maybe if I can build a relationship with them long enough, that maybe that's something that they would do is actually label it instead of shipping it to me. They would ship it to Amazon for me. I don't know yet. I'm not going to ask that right off I want to build that relationship first with them before I ask them. I do know there's companies out there that say right away that they will do that, but I feel like if you find those companies, then so has everybody else. So then you just have so much more competition. So I'm trying to find stuff that's maybe not as competitive with resellers. Like I don't want to whatever. Like what is the toy this year that everybody's going after? I haven't even like paid attention like I normally do. Like I'm not going to be chasing any of the hot items. Like I still have Coco Melon toys from like 2 or 3 years ago when they were really popular. That I picked up full price at Walmart. And then the price just ended up tanking, or I don't know, ended up being too many people. I think I got one medical bag left. So I don't want to do any of that. I'm just kind of like trying to figure out what I want to do. I've even talked about possibly doing private label, but I feel like that takes a lot of time and effort. Like you got to market yourself, and I don't really want to. Well, I shouldn't say that. I don't mind marketing myself, but you got to learn it, and it just takes so much time. And I don't know if I want to put that much time into it. I just want to be a lazy reseller and make money, but I think it's really hard. Um, have you listened to Rake and Profit interviewing Michaela? I have not. Is it on his channel? I watched. I've actually been going back to listening to Amazon videos again and podcasts, and I was actually even in Clubhouse yesterday. Can you believe it? Clubhouse. Remember when that was like such a big thing? Um, I went into Clubhouse and I went in last week, but I couldn't. There was no lives that were talking about Amazon, which normally there used to be ones all the time, but now they record them, so you could listen to like a post recorded, I guess it's called. So I did listen to that for a little while. But I don't know. Sometimes even when I was listening to those, they're the ones who were talking to me about TikTok and blogging. Like if you have a private label, like you really got to work at promoting it. And there's a lot of free ways to promote it. Like I didn't know that. Let's say, all right. So let's say you created Goo Gone. Okay, you created this bottle as a private label. You've got this. This is your bottle. You're now going to go new to the market. You've got to figure out and tell everybody how Goo Gone is so great. Do you know that a lot of private label people, like when you do a search on Google or DuckDuckGo or wherever you're searching, and you see results and it's a blog and you click it and you go to a website and the website's shippingsupplies.com or um, I don't know. I can't come up with words. All right, America's favorite recipes, right? Something like that. And you're reading and they're talking about the best mixing bowl, the best whatever, right? So you're on this shippingsupplies.com and they're talking about the best thing, the top 10 glue and tape removers, right? So they're doing the top 10. And you're reading through and number 1 is Goo Gone. Do you know that Goo Gone, now, obviously, this is fictitious. It's not real. I'm making this up. That it's Goo Gone. But let's say this was ABC brand adhesive remover. ABC brand owns that blog. But you don't know that. You don't know. So I've learned by listening to these things in Clubhouse because they're talking about these private label ones over the last few years, how deceivious the stuff is when you do a Google search or you see it, like you see something and you think, oh, this is the top whatever, right? Or you're looking at buying a tent and you want to go camping and you decided you want to buy a tent for your family to go out and go camping. And you're searching, what are the best tents? What are the best 4-person tents? And you put that in there and you come up with this channel that talks about, you're like, oh, cool. I'm going to read this. And you read all about it and they tell you all the top ones or whatever. Most of those are owned by the companies selling those products, but you don't know that. So yeah, that's just crazy. All right, let me go to YouTube here. Hold on a minute. You guys are going to hear me talk in a minute because I'm going to pull up my thing. Yeah, you are. All right, so I can open up that YouTube video. And let me pause it. Okay. Did you stop? No. I said pause. I said pause and you didn't. Alrighty. Let me close that out. Let me go back over. So, yeah, so there's a lot of tricks on getting people to end up buying your items. So, right. So I sold this, which I'm very glad about. I think, what size is this? a large. This may have been my grandmother's, actually. I had this for quite a while. And I sold it for $16. It is from Studio Works, which isn't that Walmart? Studio Works? I don't know. It is a nice jacket. Fold this down. But it finally sold. Oh yeah, I've had this so long that it's on my paper backdrop, which means it was I probably have had it for about 4 years. Talk about sourcing and selling stuff that people don't want. There you go. There you go. Nobody wanted this until Barb from Iowa came along and said, "Oh, I want that jacket." And it's an even dollar amount. So she must have sent me an offer. And I was like, heck yeah, I'll take it. I've been sending offers to likers. I need to try and get back into the groove of doing that like every day. Or at least every other day. And this is how this sold. Or they sent me an offer, I should say. But I did offers to likers yesterday and got some sales from that. I had to squeeze some of the air out of that. Woo! 14 ounces. I really hope that when they open this, they use care and don't cut up the jacket. Oh yeah, look at no dimensions. I gotta put dimensions in. Well, you don't have to, because it's first class. First class ticket to paradise. Pack your bags and leave tonight. All right. Slap you on there. There you go. I think that may have been it. Oh no, I still got a Tupperware. See, I just listed this and it just sold. I feel really bad. I passed a couple of these up at a garage sale a couple weeks ago. They're for $5. And I knew I had some in my death pile and I didn't pick them up, and now I'm kicking myself because this is another item that sold very fast. This sold on Etsy. So I'm like, wait a minute, I'm all done eBay. Etsy. Let me go to my other Etsy store, which I got 4 Etsy stores. Etsy. This is where you'd find my Yellow Fox company. It's under Etsy. And I sold this. I think I paid $1 for it. And they're all in at $40.17 for this Tupperware with the cover. I have another one listed, but it's missing this flap. And that hasn't sold yet. Even though the price is a lot less. I paid $2 for this at a garage sale. It's going to Michigan. Oh, let's see. How tall are you? Oh, I grabbed some more of those 8s. Right here. I think it'll fit in this box. Yeah, it fits. It fits. I don't know if I have much room though to if I got much room to bubble around it, because I'd like to at least put some kind of cushion around it. I don't know how often Tupperware cracks, but now that it's getting cold again, I think you have to kind of worry about like if it's cold, it could shatter easier. Let me see. Let's see. Go over there. I'd like to just put one thing of bubble around it. Let's see. Let's see how you do. Oh yeah. You fit. Etsy. Oh, is Etsy best to sell kitchen items like Corningware? I don't sell a lot of I don't sell a lot of Corningware, period. But I do have some like vintage stuff on it. Hold on a minute. I'll share my Etsy store and I'll show you what has not sold. I can tell you that this is not the first one of these I've sold. I feel like vintage Tupperware does very well on Etsy. Come on. Why are you taking so long? Oh, it's only 15 ounces. All right, let me just print this and then I will. Now, they did pay priority. Where is it going to Michigan? Priority 778, 582. I might just send it priority. Arrives in 2 to 6 days, where priority is 1 to 4. So 1 to 4, never going to arrive in 1 day. So really it could take 2 days longer. But I'm also shipping it faster than I normally do. So I'm going to go with first class because they just bought it last night. And I think I have a 3-day handling on my Etsy. I haven't, when I came back from my vacation, I never changed it back. Just sooner. All right. There you go. That is it. So let me show you my store, and it will show you, and I'll tell you what things sell. What things don't sell. All right. So here's my store. I am a star seller this month. So again, this is one of 4 stores that I have. Let me just, I have to get this hanging from my printer. It's annoying my arm. All right, so this is what I'm selling for vintage. I just listed my Halloween stuff. So some of this stuff is brand new. Like these just relisted. No, I take it back. They've been listed on eBay for a while and I just cross-posted. So I went into my eBay at night when I'm sitting and I'm bored. I do like cross-posting and listing and whatever. So I went and put in the word vintage on eBay and I saw that some of these things were not listed on Etsy. So I copied them over. So these actually have been listed for a while on eBay. Like this vintage skirt, like this is my old backdrop. Like I haven't used that in 4 years. So yeah, so this I just listed. Again, this stuff has been listed on eBay. All right, so these are new eBay listings that I just cross-posted recently. This stuff. So I'm expecting some of this stuff will go sooner rather than later. I mean, like these are Easter. I almost didn't put these up, but you know, it's not going to sell if it's not listed. And it only costs me every 3 months, it'll cost 20 cents. So that's what, 80 cents a year. So this will cost me 80 cents, probably 40 cents between now and Easter. It'll cost me 40 cents if I list it now and it doesn't sell till Easter. That's 40 cents. I'd rather just get it up now than to have to remember. Let me see if I can see my soul. Mary Mushroom. If you guys find any of this stuff, this does very, very, very well. This piece has got a chip in it. So I think it's, it's going to be a little slower. And this piece is absolutely beautiful. Now, I could not find anything similar to this online, so I went high with it because I'm just guessing. But this is all 3D. Like this sticks out like big time. Like this leaf right here is really curled. Like it is really absolutely stunning piece by this person. See how it like sticks out? So beautiful. I couldn't pass that up at a garage sale. I'm like, I've got to get that. All right, so here's some more vintage Tupperware. I think that'll probably end up doing well. I found these. I bought a box of Christmas ornaments, and these were in it. These they should do well on their own. The other box, I was thinking about doing a whatnot with it, but this is all brand new stuff I've listed recently. I have been listing like crazy. So this is all stuff I just listed. Just listed. All right. So these art kits I've had listed for a while. I actually took them down when I did an art whatnot. And I just put them back up recently. These are somewhat new. New within the last month. It's new. Sorry if I'm going too fast. All right, so this stuff right here has been listed for a while. This stuff has been listed since like the beginning. Some of this the beginning of the summer. This was print on demand. I did sell this shower curtain, by the way, print on demand. I think the trick with print on demand is to not be doing anything that is t-shirts. So like this t-shirt. So if you were born in 1972 and you turned 50 this year, you are vintage. So here's a shirt for you. These planters. So yeah, I guess I don't really have like any Corningware. I see a couple of these things I probably should take off. Etsy's really been cracking down if it's not vintage or homemade. Like I used to be able to say, well, this can pass as a supply. Like these cards, but they've been really cracking down on people. People have been losing their accounts. So I probably should take them down. Like there's a stoneware, vintage. So yeah, this stuff is real. This stuff has been listed for like at least a year. I just started running sales on Etsy. Let's see. So I guess that's it. I guess I don't see any Corning. So let's see what actually sells on Etsy for vintage stuff. But again, I haven't really been that focused on. Let me see. I hope it doesn't have their address. Let me just make sure it doesn't have. I'm going to show you guys. Does it have an address? It kind of does. Let me. Actually, let me stop sharing here for a minute, because I want to show you what I've sold. It's going to have the person's name, which I don't care if it has their name. Go one more. Okay. All right. So there. I'm going to show this one. All right. How do I go back? Oh my gosh. I was still showing it. I thought I had stopped sharing. Whoops. So you saw some names. All right, so I don't care if you see the name, but I didn't want you to see that it was Karen from, Boise, Idaho. But whoops, I guess I didn't take that out. All right, so here's Karen who bought this vintage Tupperware. This price is the price plus shipping. So right, this is the total they paid. Unfortunately, you can't see it because it's got a sold out in front of it, but this was a book set of Winnie the Pooh. I think I paid like 50 cents at a garage sale for that. Anytime I can get a whole book set, I'll pick it up. Oh, hey, Steph. Hey, no problem. I know there's obviously lurkers because not all 16 people were saying hi to me. Now there's only 11 in here, but this was a Stampin' Up set. I got this at the Goodwill, and I think I paid $2.99 for it, and it sold like right away when I listed this one. It was for like a baby's greeting card. Okay, so it only says sold out if it was the one and only. Like this one I've got more than one of. So I sold this one, this Elf on a Shelf outfit. But you can see, look, I paid $10.44 and they paid a total of $31, and it shipped first class. So I don't know how much they paid for it. This was a vintage Garfield nightshirt. This had a lot of interest, even on eBay. I was getting a lot of people offering me dollar amounts that I wasn't happy with, but it ended up selling $42.55. I upgraded this to, it was first class shipping, and I upgraded it to priority mail because the person sent me a message. It was like on a Tuesday, and they needed it by somebody's birthday the following Wednesday. And I said, you know what, I'm just going to send it in a flat rate envelope and get it to them because I knew I had a lot of wiggle room because I think I paid like a quarter or 50 cents for it. But it's got Garfield on the front. And again, it's from 1978, an Avon. I don't even say Avon in the title, do I? It was an Avon shirt. Star Wars Advent calendars do very well this time of year. Come November, if you see Advent calendars at wherever, Walmart or wherever you are, I would seriously look them up. They do very well, and especially on Amazon, and they go quickly. All right, so this one I canceled because I sold this during my Whatnot auction, and literally during the auction, this sold on Etsy. First time, the one and only time that ever happened when I was doing Whatnot. This is a Blue Willow divided plate. I know, again, it's hard for you to see. You can't see the item, but it's an old plate. Right, that went for $31. This I got free from the neighbor down the road. She puts stuff out every year. This ceramic, it was a deer with a baby deer, little figurine. So 23, I paid $3 for it at a garage sale. It was made in Japan, so I knew it was probably vintage. I sold some cards, which I really got to go take those down. A planter. This is from the Dollar Tree. Sold it for $17.81 with the shipping. This is the that shower curtain I sold $74 print on demand for this. A denim jacket that was vintage. Another planter. So, I'm not really selling a lot of like kitchen stuff. This Barney set, that one went pretty quick if I remember correctly. So you can see like this was in March. So it's not stuff that I don't have sales all the time. This vintage Pepsi Cola hat that I spent 25 cents on at a garage sale, sold it for 115. I do find that on Etsy, hey, see you later, Laura. I find that on Etsy that, there's not like a make an offer button, so they actually have to message you, and very rarely do I get that. I feel like people that, I feel like Etsy's reputation is more, like you get more like high, I don't even know if I say that right, like high class. I know there's a lot of celebrities, there's a lot of like designers that will come on here. Like, let's say, let's say you're dressing like a celebrity, right? You might come on here if they like vintage look of stuff. If you are redoing somebody's room in their house, you might come on here to find just that right vase, that type of stuff. This was a carved keepsake box. So wait a minute, did I sell this? Whoops. Why do I feel like I saw this recently on eBay? I got to double check because I sold this. I feel like it might still be listed on eBay. I feel like I just saw this the other day. This my husband actually picked up at a thrift store for me in Virginia. Sold it for $59. All right, so here's some like vintage sugar bowl and creamer that had that blue Delft, whatever it's called. Look, I know I can't. I wish you guys could see this picture. You could if I shrunk this, but then you would get to see like where Beverly Olsen lives, and I don't feel right showing that. But all right. Oh, this Tivana. This was again something that was free down the road. That lady had it on her. She puts out a table every year. She didn't do it this year though, or if she did, it was when I was not around, camping or something. And I got this Tivana, and this stuff goes for good money, right? $139. I got it for free. So, all right, I'm gonna stop that. Yeah. So I just feel like, I was listening to Chris Lynn. He's Daily Refinement, 10K on the Bay, and he was talking on Whatnot the other day. He was doing a giveaway. He's got merch of his own now that has his like logo on it, and he was doing a Whatnot giveaway. And people were asking him questions, and he was running it simultaneously with YouTube. So he was getting questions from YouTube and from whatnot. And of course, on YouTube, he's telling people, hey, if you want to enter the giveaway, you got to come to whatnot and use this link that's in the thing because he gets $10. If you come and shop on whatnot, he gets $10. So he was doing this giveaway, and people were asking him all these questions. I disagree with a lot of what he says. Well, number one, he's been kicked off from eBay, so there's that. So it's interesting that he's still this eBay expert when he doesn't even sell on eBay anymore, because he was talking about how easy it is and how quick it is to list on eBay. And I said, well, that new listing form is a real pain in the ruckus. And he's like, well, even with the new form and whatever. And I'm thinking, well, have you even used the new form? I wasn't going to battle with him, but he's really against cross posting. He said his philosophy is to sell on one platform, learn it, be an expert on that platform, and then if he goes, because if you go to another platform, you're going to suck on that platform like you suck on eBay. It's pretty much what he told them. You suck on eBay. If you're going to go sell on Etsy, you're going to suck on both. And I'm like, well, how do you know that? Like, how do you know people suck on both? I'm a huge proponent of cross posting, but I feel like you got to limit maybe how much, right? Because you don't need to cross post to all 20 platforms. I mean, it is a time sucker. There's not, like, I use List Perfectly right now, and I don't know if maybe it's in there to like, there's not a system that I know of where I can go in and just list, have it automatically go to all of them, and then have it like do everything, right? Because when I cross post from eBay to Etsy, I still need to go in and add my keywords on Etsy. I'm like, there's all this stuff I gotta still do. And it is time consuming. But there are people who will never, ever shop on eBay. They won't go on eBay. My mom will never shop on eBay again. She had a bad experience years ago. She tried it again this year. It was another bad experience. And she's like, she won't shop on eBay. So where's she going to go, right? So she would shop on Etsy or Wayfair and Overstock and all these other places. So for me, I like the idea that it's a whole different set of eyes. There's people that shop on Etsy that go to Etsy first if they're looking for something handmade or vintage. They don't even think about going to eBay. I could tell you that there is one of my stores, I sell way more stuff on Etsy than I do on eBay in that particular niche. Like a lot more on Etsy than eBay. So I like the idea of cross posting as long as it doesn't take you too much time. If again there was a program where I could go and just click a button and it would cross post everything and I didn't have to do anything or double check anything or add keywords or add this or add that, then maybe I would think about going on more platforms. But right now, if something sells on one platform, I got to remember to go and take it off on the other platform. And yeah, it's just that is a pain, but I feel like it's manageable at what I'm doing right now. So I like cross posting. I think it's definitely worth it. And somebody had said that, like, it's just different clientele. Like there are people who only shop on Mercari. Like they want whatever, they go to Mercari and look. They don't even think about going to eBay, especially the younger generation. They don't even know what eBay is. But there are a ton of people who, like when I went to a garage sale a couple weeks ago, there was a lady there who was selling a crap load of Tupperware. And that's one reason why I want to get my death pile done. So I have room when opportunities arise, like that did arrive a couple weeks ago. I could have like found a way to buy all of her vintage Tupperware and just bought it all. She had a lot of different vintage stuff. But I did get a free box of 7x7x6 boxes from the post office from her. She gave me, and it has her name and address on it. So at least I have her name. If it comes to the time, I could try and look her up on Facebook and send her a message. And worst comes to worst, I will go back and knock on her door and be like, hey, do you still have this stuff? When my stuff is cleared out and I got room, I might go back to her and see about sourcing. But whatever. So she used to sell on Mercari. She only sold on Mercari. And I said, why didn't you sell on eBay? She goes, I don't like eBay. So, if you're a seller and you don't like eBay and you're only selling on Mercari, where do you think you're going to shop? Right? You're not going to go to eBay to shop. So I just think it's really, really wise um, to at least go to one other platform. If you're a clothing seller selling on eBay and you're not on Poshmark, what are you doing? Like, why would you not? There are so many people who immediately think I got to go to Poshmark if I want to buy clothes. Just like the homemade, the handmade, and the vintage, like people just think automatically I need to go to Etsy. Like there's certain things, and if you say, "Oh, I need some cold medicine," you're not thinking I'm going to go on eBay and buy cold medicine. You're like, I'm going to go on Amazon and buy my cold medicine. There's just certain things that you think most, at least I do. I guess I shouldn't think about most shoppers, but that's how I think. Cross-posting makes me nervous. I put different items on Amazon than eBay. Yeah, and Chris said that's what he does. He goes, I sell on Amazon, but I don't list on Amazon what I sell on any other platform, which I don't think he's doing anything but Whatnot right now. So, and somebody had mentioned in his chat when he said only go for, like, just do eBay. And he goes, well, what happens if you get kicked off like you did? Right? Because he all of a sudden, if he wouldn't have had that large following on YouTube, what would he have done? Because he was able, excuse me, I got the hiccups right now. He was able to go to Whatnot and bring a lot of his YouTube followers to Whatnot with him. And now he can sell on Whatnot. But if Whatnot was not there, he would have had to start scratch with listing on other platforms. And the thing is with Whatnot, you can move a lot. If you've got a following, you can move a lot of stuff. So, for instance, if I wanted to, what was I talking about earlier? I said I could make a doll. Oh, on the KDP. So when I was showing these things that I'm selling on Amazon, right? So I don't make a lot. Like I make $1 on this, right? $1 on these. So I'm not making a lot of money. But the whole point is on Amazon, you've got a lot more eyes. And if I could move 100 of these a month, that's an extra $100 in profit, right? Because I'm talking about $100 dollar profit. That'd be $100 in profit. And if you've got 200 of these that are making you $100 in profit, which is so simple. For instance, like this, right? This holiday planner. All I did with this is I created the pages, right? But there's some people who are going to love this traditional Santa theme, and there's going to be others that are going to want something else. So you can make the same book and put different covers. It's just like with notebooks. When you go in and you're looking at notebooks at Walmart, you see all these notebooks, right? Composition books. You've seen a green one, a blue one, a red one, a yellow one, a black one. There's all these different colors. So you can create the same interior with different covers. And like these, I tried to do very general, neutral, which I never did say. The reason why this is this size, because it's easy to fit in your purse and it's easy to fit like in your glove box or in your center console for this. So like this, I put this, but you could put flowers all over it, right? And attract to a different audience than you do with having like a road, right? So you can create the same book with different covers. And the thing with Whatnot is if you can get 100 people in your stream and everything is selling and you're going to list and sell 100 items that stream, and let's say because you can do it like quick, right? You can do 20-second auctions and just do the next thing, the next thing, the next thing. You can do something where you're going to make, let's say you say I'm going to make $5 on each item and you're going to do 100 items, right? That's $500. I'm talking about $5 of profit. So that's $500 an hour that you could make if you did a show for an hour. 100 items probably take you 2 hours though. But the thing is you move it quickly. And that's what he said with Whatnot is that he doesn't make as much as if he was to put this stuff on eBay, because he sells clothing and shoes and stuff. He would make more on eBay per item, but the stuff takes longer. It takes longer to sell on eBay than on Whatnot. But for me, Whatnot has been a hit or miss. I've had some shows that have gone really well, some shows that haven't gone as well, some that were absolutely completely flops. It's time consuming. I took a step back from Whatnot for the last couple weeks because my main focus right now is getting stuff listed on eBay. When that is done, hopefully by the beginning of November, I'm going to start doing Whatnot again. I'll probably do 2 shows a week just to move stuff. I think, again, with Whatnot, the trick is you got to advertise it, and you need to be willing to start the stuff at what you need to get for it. So if you don't want to sell it for $1, because that makes 52 cents most of the time for me after fees, then don't start it at $1. Start it at, $5, $6, $10, whatever it is that you're selling. I'm looking for mostly lower cost things, lightweight stuff I'm putting up there because that's what people look at. I was in a show last night. It was all stamping stuff for crafts, which I just love. And it was 10. Well, actually, I said I went to bed at 8:30, but I didn't go to bed till 10 because it was 10 o'clock. And I remember watching it laying in bed, and because Tony was watching the football game in the other room. And I was like, oh, I want to bid, but I don't want to pay $5 in shipping for that stamp set. The stamp set was $4. So I'm like, is it worth $9 for that stamp set? And I'm like, no. But it would have been worth it if it would have been a 10 a.m. show and I could have stayed on for a whole hour watching everything. And I knew there was probably going to be more than one stamp set. Absolutely. But I was killing myself to keep my eyes awake. They were burning. I was so tired. I wanted to watch their show, but I was so tired that I was like, I can't bid because it's not worth it for me to buy the one item. It's worth it if I stayed on and I'm only going to pay 50 cents for shipping for everything after that one item, because then it would mean that stamp set would be only $4.50, and I would do a $4.50 stamp set, but I didn't want to do a $9 stamp set because then I feel like I'm paying twice as much for something than what it really was worth. And even sometimes their $4 was a little high because I was looking on eBay and some of them were selling for less. But all right, so I'm going to wrap this up for you guys, and you can push on your way because it's been a little over 2 hours. Appreciate you guys being here. If you could hit that thumbs up before you leave, though, for me, I would really appreciate it. I'm done packaging. Got to wait for my husband to get home from the appointment because he's got my car, but he's going to bring it to the mail for me. But I'm going to head over to my photo booth. My plan has been to take about 300 photos, which I fill up 2 totes of stuff. And then I go upstairs. I watch TV. I've been watching a lot of stuff. I just watched the 11 minutes from that Las Vegas shooting. I had a really bad week last week. I watched 11 minutes, which was very heart-wrenching. It was about that country concert with the shooting, the largest mass killing in the country. And then I watched Jeffrey Dahmer series, which that was like, that was heart-wrenching. I'm like, why am I watching all this sad stuff? But that's what I've been doing while I'm listening and getting everything up. And then, it's been great. So, all right, I hope you guys learned something today. I hope you think about doing some videos. If you are popping into the show late and you missed some really important stuff, I started talking at the beginning of the show, so go back. I was talking about videos in a really quick, I feel like it's a quick and easy way to create a video to add to your listings and to social media to promote some of your products. So I'm testing it out, and I'll give you guys a heads up of how it goes next time I come live, which who knows, hopefully next week. But go check that out if you haven't catched that section. I really think it's going to be a game changer in the future. Well, even now, but I think more and more is going on to video. So go check it out. Rewind. All right. See you guys later. Thanks, Steph. Thanks, Jeanette. Thanks, Glenn. And Laura's already gone, but whoever else is still here, thanks you guys for hanging out with me. Appreciate it. Have a good week.